Hi guys, welcome back to I Promise I'm Not Crazy, the podcast. I'm Ava.
And I'm Taylor.
And
Hi.
today we are bringing you guys
A solo episode.
So unfortunately, I Promise I'm Not Crazy does not present anybody today, but it does present us.
It presents us and our stories.
Taylor was very adamant about filming this episode.
I was adamant about filming this episode because I have some things on my mind that I'm just like that I think is like a good to talk about. But we're first gonna start out by talking about the election and everything that happened with that, and that kind of leads into the rest of this episode and what
an unfortunate result.
A very unfortunate result. It's okay though, we'll move on. Donald Trump won, and you guys, from Biden to Kamala, Biden had like
Kamala.
Okay, listen, you guys, Trump
Kamala.
Guys, Trump lost 2 million voters from 2020 to now. He lost 2 million voters. It's just Kamala didn't gain any voters. She actually lost voters as well.
How would have she lost voters?
Because they were like voting for like independence and things like that. So like 13 million people voted for not Donald Trump, but voted for someone else.
The second most educated state in the United States. It's like on the East Coast. I can't remember which one it is, but they won independent party.
And basically that leads Donald Trump to win presidency, and it's really an embarrassment for America, honestly. And I just want to talk about this election a little bit and say some of the things that Trump wants to do. He wants to take money away from public schools. Okay? So that means children with IEPs, like we were, SPED kids who need help reading, who need help, disability kids, kids with dyslexia like us, kids with Asperger's, kids with autism, kids with Down syndrome. All these disabilities are going to lose money constantly.
And hold on,
and parents rely on public schools because they have to work to make a living.
Pause. I actually worked in a public school, and it was a low-level income school, and we did not have nearly enough resources.
No.
We did not have nearly enough resources. We had one ELA teacher.
Books.
We had one ELA teacher, which is a language teacher, right? To translation. Because we had a bunch of Spanish kids or other speaking language kids coming from different countries. Anyways, we had one ELA teacher, 2 counselors for the entire school, and I'm pretty sure one counselor got laid off or displaced because there wasn't enough
not enough money to pay them. And Trump wants to take away even more money from these public schools. He wants to have, I'm pretty sure it was like 70,000 plus teaching jobs is expected to be lost if he does take away Title I, like the federal law. Not to mention the fact that he's stripping women of their reproductive rights. And people will say Trump is for women. He's for women. I'm sorry. Him saying that he would not declassify the Epstein files just proves that he is not for women.
And all of you Trumpies out there are going to be like, he never said that.
It's you guys.
Everything we're saying right now is factual information. You
go fact check us.
Yourself.
Like, it is so ridiculous that it's just so ridiculous. And then especially like believing Christians say they'd rather vote for Donald Trump than a hard working woman who had to literally work for everything that she had.
Do you know how every single Christian influencer I followed, like that I follow, that like is so godly and says to live by the Bible and all this stuff,
they all voted for Donald Trump. And you know what irks my bones even more is, you guys, if you've never heard of scribes, people translated the Bible. So it was people that could read and write back when like everything was happening and all like the disciples went out. These scribes were translating the Bible. And you guys, they were men. And these men, there were women in the Bible portrayed so highly, and like so remarkable in such an amazing light, but these men were so misogynistic that they twisted it and they made women look down to be bad and all of this. And then same with like the whole Mary Magdalene story. I don't think she was ever even a prostitute, but they made her out to be a prostitute, you guys. And now people are thinking like Jesus is with this prostitute, and it's like, you guys, she was not a prostitute. And then they're like, Jesus kissed her on her lips. No, you guys, it just said Jesus gave her a kiss. It doesn't say where. It's like, when you read the Bible, you can't just read it. You have to critically think it and understand. And you need a Bible that has a good translation to tell you the full story. Okay? So this is just ridiculous. And the Bible is designed to put women down, and not from Jesus, you guys. Not from Jesus. From these people who translated it to make it misogynistic. And now our world is so misogynistic. It is so sexist. It's so beyond me. And all Trump getting into power does is show men it's okay to assault women. It's okay to rape them. It's okay to look down upon them. It's okay to talk down to them. It's okay to disrespect them. Their property. They're only for you.
And the amount of people in our generation of guys that like will joke about, like, I want to say that they're joking about it, because I do think I would say a good percent of them do joke about it, and they like, I think they do, you know, respect women, whatever. They wouldn't, you know, rape someone or abuse someone, whatever. But a lot of them joke about it and be like, yeah, women are property, and yeah, whatever else. And it's like, that is not something to joke about.
It's not.
That is not something to joke about. What if we went around saying, oh, you're my property? Like, oh, like if a woman said that, they would laugh in your face.
And then you say you're a believer when it's like Jesus worshipped these women around him. Meanwhile, all you men do is put women down. And it's very, very sad that there were so many people who needed the approval of a man in office versus a woman. It is so mind-boggling to me that you cannot see past the fact that a woman is 10 times as qualified as the man, yet the man wins solely because he is a man.
Also, you can look at it like this. Like, okay, Hillary lost. She accepted her loss. Kamala lost.
She accepted.
Kamala lost. She accepted her loss. Donald Trump lost. He could not fathom the fact that he lost. And then
on January 6th,
women are more emotional. Like, women are more dramatic. I don't think anything is more dramatic than a man saying an election is rigged when it so clearly was not rigged.
It wasn't rigged. And yet, you guys, his vice president, I'm pretty sure, was trapped in the Capitol that day. Many, many civilian, innocent lives were trapped in that building, and Trump sat in his desk and said, I don't care. And that's what I think his chief of staff, who turned on him, said. Like, those were her words of what he said. And it is so disgusting that there are men out there that support this man. I just will never make sense to me. And this isn't between liberal or Democrat. This is just between literally human fucking decency, human fucking rights, literally human fucking rights. And it is just so sad that we live in a world where people would rather a rapist be in office than a woman.
Okay, well, he is not a convicted rapist. So
he's whatever. They would rather have a convicted sexual abuser in office than a woman who worked for what she got.
Oh, also another thing. I was writing about this in my paper, and a lot of people love to say, "Oh, Kamala slept her way to the top." Right? Okay.
What?
Would anybody say that about a man? Barack Obama, George Bush, Bill Clinton?
What about Bill Clinton, who cheated on
Donald
his wife?
Duck.
Who cheated on his wife a million times, you guys. He had 2 mistresses for sure, clarified, and he had a bunch of other ones. He literally had people appointed in the White House finding him different women to bring to him so he could have sex with them. She was 21, and I believe he was 50 years old. With whatever her name was.
Nobody would say that about a man. Oh, you slept to the top. Nobody is going to say that ever. You would never, ever, 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 ever hear that ever. So it's just like, why?
And just to name some other things that he wants to do, obviously the House, the Senate, and the presidency are all going to be controlled by Republicans. So I don't even know what's going to happen there. And just by that, I mean, LGBTQ plus is at risk. Immigrants are at risk.
And he's going to try to take away all of his felonies. Get them.
Yep. Just his own
away.
Felonies. I'm sure he's going to pardon Diddy.
Oh, yeah. He wants to free Diddy, too.
Which there are literally videos of him beating his girlfriends. And we're just like, okay. All right. See ya. Like, let him out of jail. Not to mention the district attorney in LA got voted out, and now there's a Republican in there who now with the Menendez case says the attorney general previously already said he recommends the release, and now this new attorney general is coming in and saying no, I need to review it all because Trump was elected.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And those are just to name a few, you guys. Those are just to name a few. And as someone who is anybody who knows me knows that I am such a strong, I don't know if I would say ally, but like advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. And like it literally breaks my heart knowing that their marriages, the hate they might get from him being in office, how it's gonna affect them, literally like breaks my heart.
And a lot of Republicans are worried about, oh, well, we don't want
trans men in women's sports. I agree.
Okay, I agree too.
But
and that's
why?
a bridge we can cross when we get there, right? Okay.
The Olympics don't happen for another 4 years.
Right now, that is not at the utmost importance.
How is that at the utmost importance?
At the utmost importance right now is maybe that women are dying right now because they can't get the health care that they need. Or maybe it's because schools are failing because they don't have enough funding. Like,
maybe it's because we have zero gun laws in this country and kids are dying in school, you guys. And I can tell you right now, the minute Trump gets into office, I guarantee you school shootings are going to go up again. And it is so sickening to me that knowing that there are children out there who go to school to learn and could possibly die. And then people supported a man who said, we just need to get over that fact.
No, it's just like, imagine yourself, let's just say, you're 25 years old and your girlfriend or wife got pregnant, right? And she had a bad pregnancy, but she can't have access to health care. And then you voted for that. You voted for that.
Yeah, you voted for that. And
just think about that. Okay, because a lot of Republicans don't like to think about the what if situations. The what if this, the what if that. Oh, that would never happen. Well, you know what? It does happen.
Not to mention Donald Trump and Ted Cruz saying how disgusting they portray their daughters in a way of in such a sexual manner is so
it's
gross.
Disgusting.
It is literally so gross. But this kind of leads us into our next point of where has the common decency of man gone? And I just want to say, I used to say always to agree to disagree, and if you're a Trump supporter, I can love you and I hope you can love me. But honestly, with this election, I kind of disagree on that, because if you're a man and you voted for Trump, you are saying, let me tell you something, you are saying that it's okay for a man to say, your body, my choice. You don't deserve as many rights as I do as a man. That's what you are saying. And same to the women who voted for him. That is what you're saying. You don't deserve as many rights as the man sitting next to you. And
I think it's hard for men because, again, they don't know what it's like to be a woman. And I think about my mom, because she's definitely one of those people that thinks, I know she knows like sexism is obviously real, but I think she doesn't necessarily see it, and I don't think she's, you know, experienced it as much as some other woman, because, you know, our mom is like not shy in any capacity. She's like the loudest person in the room, you know, but again, she's never been in like a leadership position where she's had people working under her, because, you know, I just, not saying she's not cut out for it, I mean she is, but like she just doesn't want that responsibility.
And it kind of,
but again, I'm in the leadership position. Again, I'm not the loudest person in the room. I'm the person that always says, you need to speak louder, you need to speak louder. And you know what, I don't know.
Voting for Trump is you saying it's okay to control a woman, it's okay to disrespect her, it's okay to talk down to her, like I've said a million times. That's what your vote for Trump means. And you can compare it all you want to gas prices, but I'm sorry, you guys, hate to break it to you guys, but gas prices were only so low because it was COVID and nobody was going anywhere. Okay, you guys, I don't know what else to tell you guys. That's why Trump said he was going to have, on election day, if he got elected, he would call up Zelensky and Putin and settle that war. Well, you know what? Guess what? The war is still going on. So, hate to break it to you, but he's a liar. He is a liar. And he literally said, you guys, do you guys want to know what he said?
What did he say, Taylor?
This is what he said. If I ever ran for office, he says, if I were to ever run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They believe anything on Fox News.
Oh,
it's true. That is true. I could lie and they'd sit there and eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific. But again, you guys, that's like, how insensitive of a person he is.
I want to bring this up because I find this so interesting, because the most educated U.S. states voted for Kamala,
and the most
uneducated U.S. states voted for Trump.
That's right.
Every single one.
And you guys, I just want to say,
except there was like one educated state that voted for the third party.
And you guys, my mom is, in fact, I wouldn't say she's a Trump supporter, but out of the two, she supports Trump. And which we're working with that. We're trying to educate her, but she failed her master's degree multiple times. So I'll just leave you there. I'll just leave you with that.
But again, there becomes a fine line between, okay, gas prices and like healthcare.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, what do you value more? But that is just our stance on the election, and it's sad that we live in a world with such misogyny, which leads us into our next point, the misogyny we face in our dating lives, you guys, okay? And I don't know what's wrong with us.
Fun.
I'm not really sure. I don't want to say us. I don't know what's wrong with me, because I think no man wants me, so
I can think of one.
There must there must be something wrong with me. So
I think the biggest thing is that we are both so independent
and dominant,
and we don't let people, you know,
walk over us.
I wouldn't say walk over us, but we call people out on their bullshit, you know.
That's exactly right, we do.
And you know, I think maybe,
but I also
men
think
don't necessarily love that.
It's also hard when you're a twin, you guys, because
maybe that's why.
Because you guys, I have this philosophy of I don't ever prejudge a situation. So like, Ava is a prejudger. She'll go into it like, no, I don't like him, nothing will ever happen, or yes, I kind of like him, blah 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 blah. Like,
not all the time.
That's how you are.
Not all of the time.
Ava doesn't understand, like, that is not who I am, and most people don't understand that about me. Is I don't prejudge situations. I go into every situation with an open mind. What happens happens. Like, I don't ever like close my thoughts up and say no, that's like never a possibility. Like, or like if we're going like whatever to meet up with someone, I'm not like, okay, I'm trying to get with him, like, or I'm not like, oh no, I would never get with him, you know, like, I'm neither.
I'm not
just
like that either, Taylor.
I'm just
I'm like
100%. No, you're not, because you
Yes,
shit on
I
me for
am.
being like that.
Not all the time. I shit on you for sometimes leading people on.
And we're also gonna go into this. So we had a little situation with someone like yesterday. Okay, Taylor, yes.
Tell me. I've been waiting.
We had a little situation with someone yesterday that Ava and I have talked to for years on the phone. But you guys, he does not live here. He does live here, but he's away.
From here. He's from here, but he doesn't live here.
He's away. And you guys, I've just been like, we need to like hang out, whatever. And for years, by the way. And you guys, he said, no, thank you. And I said, okay.
Like,
Tay
I
Tay
have
doesn't
the
take-
video of us getting so excited when he like actually took us seriously for once.
Like,
It's kind of sad to look back on.
yeah, it is really sad. Tay Tay like doesn't take no for an answer, whatever. So basically we go meet him for the first time, and he was so bloody murder rude.
Well, okay.
And you guys, I don't expect anything, but something I do expect from a man is just the common decency of respect.
And I want to say this, you guys. It was like when I met him in person for the first time, it was like I have seen over the phone. Like, it was like the same.
It wasn't like
I've never met somebody who like
looks so like
no. Like I've had a lot of people like where I've met them just from like online, and then, you know, talk to them on FaceTime or whatever, and then eventually go meet them. I've never had someone where it's like I've talked to them on the phone and they're just so different in person. I've like it's always the
Like,
same,
they're the
because I feel like
same,
if
but
you
not
talk to
really.
somebody on the phone, it's like you can just tell
come on.
their personality.
You keep distracting.
Anyway,
me.
so he kept saying nice to meet you, but it was like it wasn't nice to meet you though, because like
he
I
didn't
know
say
you.
nice to me one time.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because okay, whatever. So I didn't even
Put your leg down.
I don't even know. Nobody, whatever. The point of the situation is he wasn't very kind, you guys.
Well, he's not necessarily the kindest human being, like,
And you know what, you guys?
and we've
I don't-
accepted that about him.
See, that's the thing, Ava, is this is what you're so annoying, is you're just like all the other women, and you just accept disrespect. I'm sorry, but I don't accept
Are you kidding me right now?
disrespect, period.
Are you
Okay?
kidding me right now, Taylor? I accept disrespect. Fuck you for saying that, because in fact that is not true at all. The thing is, Taylor,
You just accepted his disrespect.
at this point, we've known him for so long, right, guys? We've known him for so long, okay?
And you guys,
At this
I
point,
don't know why.
I'm not accepting him to change. I'm not trying to change him. I'm not trying to fix him. You know, I'll try to educate, maybe, whatever, give my opinion. But I've accepted him for who he is, and I am not going to sit here and, like, bitch and moan about it, because there's a difference, because he's like my brother in blue, right? But then I think about, you know, people who like I actually do like, or like see a future with, or a relationship with, or whatever. Obviously that would be a deal breaker, and I would never allow that to happen.
Okay, that's great, whatever.
All I have to say is
Men these days have lost all respect for women, period, and especially if you're a Trump supporter. If you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry, how do you have respect for women? Is my question. And at this point, I just hate all men, and I'm guess I'm coming out as a lesbian, because I hate all men, period.
Can we get to the point?
I just came out. You have to cut that out. I'm just kidding, but I actually don't cut that out, because
Did you notice it didn't even fucking face me?
that's how it should be.
I was like, can we get to the fucking point now? Say what the fuck what you gotta say. Like,
Okay. Honestly, I don't know what I am, because I've lost all faith in men.
Okay, tell us the story of what happened.
So basically, we picked them up, dropped them off, and then they were basically like, fuck you, like, who cares about you? Like, we're leaving. Fuck you guys, you're too liberal for us, too ugly.
I can't be using my Apple Pencil. I have to take this with me.
Whatever. All that shit, right? Okay. So, basically, what the fuck am I saying? Oh, yeah. So, he calls, whatever, like, literally, like, 10 minutes later, like, can you come pick us up? Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, you fucker. So, I was asking this guy, a different guy, how can you tell or how can you, like, how do you let them know, like, how do you just let them know? Just, like, let them know, like, not that you like them, just that you're, like, into it. Like, you'd play into it, you know? And he said, send a picture of you know what. A revealing picture. And I literally was like, fuck you, because why do I have to objectify my body or agree to do other things with you, sexual, just to, like, get the time of day? Like, to me, that is so disgusting and gross, and fuck you for that, okay? To all men out there, if you want a good woman, you worship her, you let her own shit, you don't overshadow it, you bow down to her and say thank you for being so kind and generous, because that is what a truly good man does. And a truly good man is going to respect a woman and her own womanhood and not expect something from her just so he can give you his time, right? Like, that is the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, I will only allow someone so deeply and personally into my life that just genuinely wants to be around me and my time.
That like worships you, that praises you,
that just like loves you, like, for who you are,
obsessed with you, like just wants to be around you,
like
all
doesn't
want to
change you,
They just want to be around you.
They just want to be around you because they like you,
because they think you're a phenomenal human being.
And vice versa, you guys.
Yeah,
and
vice versa.
And not just behind closed doors, everywhere in the entire world.
Exactly.
And it's sad to me that people feel that they have to have sex with a man
and
in order for him to look at her as, like, a fully human being. And that is so disgusting. That is the most disgusting thing in the world. And to all you men who do that and objectify women that way and treat women disrespectfully like that,
fuck you.
Right there. I just don't understand where this, like, respect went from men. Like, I just don't understand. And
it's like, oh, men are gonna be like, oh, like, girls are so bad too, like, why do you talk like that? And, like, I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but, like, again, like, I feel a woman can definitely see you as, like, a full human being without even thinking about sleeping with you.
Exactly, you guys. Like, a woman will give her full time to a guy, and
sleeping with him won't even cross her mind
because that's not what's important.
When I like somebody, I genuinely think, like, they're the smartest people ever.
Is that what you think? You guys, Ava's got a little crush.
I don't have a crush.
You guys, okay, this is my other problem is, you guys, I typically prefer a man that is, I guess, cultured a little bit and, like, can, like, fix a dishwasher if it breaks. But typically those men are Trump supporters. Let's say, like, a guy didn't like me, right? A guy was like, well, you know, I just don't really see you, you know, like, having a relationship with you. A typical response, a human being response, would be, oh, okay, that's you know, that's totally okay, like, we can be friends, like, I wish you the best, okay? But typically
when I tell a man I don't like you, or like I don't see a relationship with you, or oh, I don't want to sleep with you, or oh, I don't want to shower with you, or whatever, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is like, okay, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, fuck
you, bitch. Like,
that's exactly right. That happens all the time. Is you say, well, I always tell people,
why can't they fucking say, oh, no problem?
Yeah,
that's like, okay too. Why is it automatically like, oh, fuck you, you're the biggest bitch ever, like, I can't believe you would say that to me, like, blah 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 blah, like all this freaking just like, and you guys, shit.
There are women,
and they would go like, oh, well, I didn't even want to shower with you in the first place, I didn't want to sleep with you in the first place.
Yes,
like,
you did. And I guarantee you guys, if I told any guy right now, any guy of my, and I said, fuck me right now, come over and fuck me right now, they would be here. But if I said, come over and can we have a meaningful conversation, they'd say, fuck you, no, we're not having a meaningful, that's fucking bullshit, fuck you. And like, why? Literally, why? So this leads us back to our point, is like, what do you have to do for a man to take you seriously nowadays? How do you get a man to say, hey, do you want to go to the movie theater with me? Hey, do you want to go to Applebee's and get some chicken tenders?
For example, like, I like this guy right now and he refuses to come over. He refuses. Okay, you guys, I have social anxiety, so I understand how it says, like, oh, come over. Like, I realize that's, like, code, like, hook up. Like, I realize that. But when I say that, that is not my style.
Yeah, not me either.
Okay.
Come over means let's have a meaningful conversation.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's film a podcast. Like,
exactly. So, like, I have to know someone, like, before I can, like, go out into public with them. Okay, guys, I know that's a little weird, but it's just like, it just has to be done. Okay. And this person just refuses to.
Yeah, like, I agree. You have to know them.
Any effort.
Yeah, men just put in no effort, and it's like.
But then when I talk about another guy, it's like, brother gets so jealous. Not even jealous, but like
just like, why are you talking to him instead of me?
Exactly. Like, he gets like weird about it. Why are you getting weird?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to end this podcast with some of my last few thoughts of our camera battery died. So basically what I was saying earlier is, like, I don't know why men have such a problem with, like, my philosophy of, like, shouldn't it be okay just to, like, show up for each other constantly, and then, like, if the vibe is there, then seeing where it goes. Like, I don't understand why we need to, like, put a label on things. Just like, I would never say I'm straight, just like I would never say I'm gay, because why does it matter who you love? Okay, so, like, it's not cool to be mean, and all of you guys out there who, like, think it's cool to, like, treat women shitty, like, fuck you for that. Also, all the guys out there who will treat you kindly when they're by themselves, but when they're with their friends, they're mean to you. That's a typical guy thing. Don't accept that. Just because they're nice to you does not mean it gives them an excuse to be mean to you when you guys are out with, like, other people. It's not okay. Being mean is not okay under any circumstances. And also, guys, I have one expectation, and that is I want to be defended, because nobody ever defended us as kids, and especially our dad. We're gonna tell that story in a different episode, so stay tuned for that. There's one main situation where he just refused to defend us, but just accused us. Also, what I was saying was, like, before the camera battery died, was how, like, people expect us to lower our standards.
Yeah,
bruh. Sorry. If I would have sold my soul for a love that cheap, I could have been her. Exactly. You could probably have the white picket fence and the nice house if you'd sell your soul for a love that cheap. But sorry, guys, I would never sell my soul for a love cheap. It would have to be very inexpensive for me to sell it. That makes sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, always rise above.
Rise above. Respect women. Come to their defense.
Exactly. And it's not even just women, you know, respect your friends
respect
too.
your friends. Come to your friends' defense. Show up for your friends. Like, be kind to your friends. Be kind to your girlfriends. Like, you guys, it's not a hard concept, and somehow, like, it's gotten lost over the years. I don't know. And everybody can do better. I'm not saying anybody's perfect, because God knows Ava and I are not perfect in any way. I've acted badly in so many situations, but I just try to, like, learn from them and, like, improve. And I feel like I do try to, like, be a better version of myself each day. Yeah. But I just want to say, for our final thoughts, is like, don't accept what our country is going to become. Don't accept it. Fight back. Fight to push through these barriers. And if we have to fight, we have to fight. I'm ready to fight. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I am not accepting this. Just like I won't accept to be treated disrespectfully or talked down to by any man, period. Like, it's not gonna happen. I will not accept it, and neither should you. And if anybody is experiencing anything remotely, emotional, physical, anything, even if they're just yell at you, honestly, leave them, because if you ask someone, please stop yelling at me, they should respect that, and they should stop. If you ask someone, and same goes for you, if you're at the guy and you're yelling at him constantly and he says, can we stop yelling, and you don't respect that, well, he should probably leave you, because unless you have good reason to be yelling. But all I'm saying is, you guys, is treat people with respect, and kindness should always be given for free. Kindness should always be given for free, but trust and like deep bond type shit is earned. That is earned. I'm not saying you give all your time and energy and money away to someone. No, but you can give them your kindness.
So hopefully this podcast made a little bit of sense. We just wanted to get some things off our chest about the election and about how there's just such this like standard that is just so ridiculous that it's like we can't deal with it anymore. It's just suffocating, and we're sick of it. And we're sick of being treated like shit. When we give everybody else 100%.
I know something that Ava and I need to work on is like our seriousness of things, and that's what we've been told is like nothing ever comes across serious. Well, I don't really know how to fix that. I mean, if someone has any advice for me, please let me know. But if anybody knows how to like show someone that you're serious, please let me know. But I don't know. I just think I'm gonna continue being kind. I'm gonna continue to be better. I know I can be mean. Like, I'm sure there's people watching this and been like, Taylor, you have been mean to me. If I have, it's probably for good reason.
Taylor.
I'm just kidding. It's not cool to be mean, and if I've ever hurt anyone's feelings, it is not my intention, and it's definitely not Ava's intention to ever hurt anyone's feelings. Obviously, we're human. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I don't expect anyone to be perfect, but the thing is you have to take accountability, and you have to acknowledge what you did wrong, and you have to show through your actions that you're trying to do better for, I guess, your previous actions to be justified, or they were just rude acts and you don't care that you're perceived as rude, I guess.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching I Promise I'm Not Crazy, the podcast. If you guys enjoyed this, subscribe, and we will be back with more episodes. A lot of women will like stand for, you know, for people, or stay with these men because, you know, maybe they feel they have to, or there is nobody better or whatever. But I promise you, there is somebody better, and there is somebody better. I am saying that is somebody saying for somebody who has never found a good fucking man.
ever.
Literally me either. Never
Well,
found a good one.
that's not true.
No, like there are
There
good
are
ones
good
out there,
men.
just not good for like us. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like, and then like you have these alcoholics, like they're so fun, right? But then they have alcoholism, so it's like, and then you have to deal with that, right? Of them being an alcoholic, so, and drinking themselves to sleep every night. So yeah,
I
love
just
that.
think like the Megan Maroney song, like, I got some fixing too. I don't want to have to fix you too.
Yeah, like I have
I
to deal
need
with
a
myself.
little work myself. I don't want to have to fix you too.
That's the thing is, you guys, this is the thing is, I don't like anyone. I never like anyone. I like
guys,
everyone. This is what I have to deal with. You guys, I like everyone.
This is what I
And
have to deal
whoever
with.
gives, because it just wouldn't be deep enough. You know, you need to get really deep in there before you can go any further, you know?
You mean like deeper?
On an emotional level, okay? An emotional level, you guys. Okay. Yeah, so I don't believe in crushes. I don't believe in that. Like, sure, maybe I'm like, okay, like I'm into it. Like, I believe in like saying I'm into it. Like, I'm either into it or I'm not into it. Am I fucked, you guys? Every guy I say tells me, like, with my thought logic, says I'm fucked. And
Also,
to me,
every guy, when we tell a guy what we want, they say, yeah, have a fun time finding him. Like, you
Like,
might
is it
want to
so-
lower your standards.